Hey, I guess kind of a two-pronged question. Number one, with Vinny Curry coming back, you guys have been together a long, long time. Just what he brings to the table at this point in his career, and just in general, can you just kind of address what you guys have at edge rusher with Derek and Josh and Vinny and you and some of the other guys, and just how you feel about the position in general?
I feel real good about the position. Vinny coming back, that's experience. He been there, won the Super Bowl with us, so he knows what it takes and what Doug's message is every year. It's just you feel good about the up and coming, like Josh Sweat. I mean, I know he's been working his butt off every day. Derek Barnett, who's trying to have his breakout year now that he's coming in to the season feeling good. Man, I'm not worried about the position at all. It's just we got to make sure that we bring that work. We come ready to play every day because we're kind of behind the 8 ball right now with all the COVID stuff that's been happening. So right now we just leaning on each other to make sure that we stay on each other to get in shape, the best shape we can be for the first game.
Okay, go ahead, Mike, and then John McMullen.
Hey, Brandon, thanks for doing this. One of the guys you didn't mention is Sharif Miller. He was draft pick, kind of came in, kind of took a back seat. What have you seen from him during the virtual offseason program in the last couple of days as far as his growth, maybe in the film room and on the field?
Well, I came back a week before we actually had the report, and I started working out with Sharif. He looks like he in the best shape that I've seen him since he's been here, and so I'm excited for him in year 2. I just try to give him as much information as I can that I feel is put on my heart to tell him, and I feel like he's been really grasping everything. I feel like he's moving a lot faster, and I'm excited for him too because he has that chip on his shoulder, and I know all about it. I really do believe that each and every day he's gonna get better, and he can't wait to show once we put the pads on the 17th.
John and then Damo.
Hey, BG, thanks for doing this. You were pretty forthright with us in the spring about how the pandemic affected your family, and obviously you have 2 young kids at home. How serious were those discussions when you were kind of reaching that opt-out deadline?
Yeah, me and my wife talked about it for a second, and we talked about just us not living in fear, and so we know that things have happened in our family, and this thing caught us off guard. But once we kind of talked about it, and me going into year 11, I really can't afford to take a year off. If I can help it. But at the same time, it was really a collective decision between me and my wife, and we said that we're not going to live in fear, but we're going to use all the preventatives that we can. So as you can see, I got my mask on. I make sure I take it real serious and understand that it's not just me that I can affect; it's everybody else, that can affect each other. So I'm just going off the protocols that we need to do, and that's the best thing I could do is do what I can control, and so I'm just excited to be back, man, and excited to kind of get back to some type of norm.
Paul and then Dave Zingaro.
Brandon, you added another piece inside with Javon. You got Malik coming back healthy. Fletch is coming off a healthy off season. What's the ripple effect of having what might be the best 3 defensive tackles group in the league this year as far as on the edge rushers?
Well, like I said, we got to put that work in every day, but I do love just the attitude that these guys bring to the table every day right now. Hargrave, man, he's fast off that ball. Somebody his size, moving like that. Man, I'm excited for what's to come, especially because, seeing him in Pittsburgh, I know they run like a 3-4, and, he's not able to come off as fast as he's been able to come off in our defense. So I think he's a great fit. I think Malik is definitely has that chip on his shoulder too, to go out there and prove what he can do because his playing time got cut short last year. So I know he's excited to get out there and he looks good. So, man, all I got to do is do my part outside, and I believe them boys on the inside definitely going to help us, and we all going to work well together.
Dave and then Bo Wolf.
Hey, BG. One of your teammates that's been around for a little while is Jannard Avery, but we haven't really gotten a chance to see much of him. What have you seen from him behind the scenes, and how much do you think he can help you guys this year?
I think that boy is fast off that rock. Somebody who's confident is boosted from, especially from him coming in last year, having to learn on the fly. I feel like he's coming to his own right now, and it's just all about once we get on the pads, you kind of really can see who's going to separate themselves. But right now, so far so good. Him and Joe Usman, both of them out there running fast and looking good, and everybody. I feel like our group is hungry to prove themselves because we got a bunch of like Jason Kelsey says, we got a bunch of hungry dogs, and I really do believe with this group, with some of the situations that happen to some guys, you can see the hunger that they want to get out there and prove what they can do and prove their worth.
Go ahead, Bo, and then Ed Kratz.
Hey, BG, have you given some thought to like how odd it will be getting yourself ramped up before the game if there are no fans? I mean, I know you like to get, very, very ramped up and sort of use the crowd. Do you feel like you'll have difficulty sort of working yourself into a lather before a game with no fans?
Man, I'm hyped right now. I'm telling you, it don't take me nothing. I can look at you and think you the enemy, and I'm telling you, I'm going to be talking to whoever out there. When I see that jersey, it don't matter, fans or no fans. I'm going at them. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just giving you a little preview. That's how I feel, when you see that opposing team come out and you like, man, these boys trying to run us off the field. It's just something about it, man. It's just seeing the other team. It ain't even got nothing to do with the fans for real. They help boost it up, but, I really do just want to impose my will, on these tackles. So, I'm going to just be talking to them tackles, man. As you can see, I'm hyped right now.
I hope we get to hear it on the mic.
Hey, you're going to be able to hear them pads. Clack, clack.
All right, we'll go to Ed and then Les Bowen.
Hey, BG. There was no on-field work, obviously, in the offseason. It was all virtual. How beneficial do you think that is for you, being a 32-year-old veteran, physically?
Man, I feel good right now, man. I'm excited because you're right. Like, I was able to let my body rest in a way that it never got a chance to, just with us doing OTAs and all that. But not to say I really do appreciate OTAs because you do get to see what type of team you're going to have going into training camp, and so that you can make some minor adjustments going into training camp that we didn't get that benefit this year because of COVID. But I do. I learned a lot during this time, about my body, and then I learned a lot about how much we really do need certain things, and I see why certain stuff is in place. And, hopefully we all get better and we all can learn and do have a nice program moving forward, especially with COVID being around.
Thanks, Les. And then Chris Franklin.
Hey, BG. Obviously, it's great to have Vinny back. But the young guys, several of whom we've mentioned here, are they going to get enough of an opportunity in this shortened preparation period? I remember early in your career, obviously you had the big injury, but you also had Wash not wanting to play you. There was other guys, older guys that he preferred. Is it a good situation for these young guys? Are they going to get shuttled aside here maybe?
You know what? It's not the best situation, knowing what situations we had before, but I do believe that these guys just got to make that adjustment, come in ready to learn that playbook, because the whole thing right now is building that trust with the coach to let them know that you can count on me when I'm out there on the field to know what to do and to execute. And so I'm doing all I can to help our rookies in our room, and whoever else I hear about, that's not doing well. I always try to, right now in year 11, just try to pour into these guys and give them the best chance I can as far as, just building this confidence and letting them know that they can do it. And I think, yes, it's messed up situation, but it is what it is. You got to go out there and prove yourself every day in practice, because now you don't have them preseason games, and there's no excuses, because I feel like whatever's coming to you going to come as long as you keep a good attitude and a good spirit and control what you can. That's my message to the young guys coming in. Don't worry about all that. Just go out there and prove yourself every day and keep that attitude even during the season if you make the team.
Thank you. Chris, and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Brandon. A lot of players on the team spoke out about George Floyd and other social injustice matters on there. How did it feel to see a lot of teammates and stuff to talk about this? And do you see this being something that's discussed not only through training camp, not only past the first game, but throughout the season?
Man, I'm excited that that we're having the conversations now. People are being more open to just everything and being informed about just what's going on. You can't really just keep on turning the right cheek to it, saying because it's not me, it's not affecting me, but it really is because if your teammates not feeling well around the building, you want to make sure that you can help them and uplift them and get them out of that funk, because you can only control what you can. But I am happy that people are really opening their eyes and seeing a lot of things that's not right in this world. Rather if it's us as African Americans, going through what we going through, or just people in general, just we need to show more love than hate. And I'm just happy that everybody is rallying around people that want to speak out, and really trying to learn and be informed on things that sometimes don't have anything to do with them, but they show that empathy to others, that's going through things. So I'm just happy that we're really turning the corner on people just opening their ears.
Go ahead, Zach, and then Daniel Gallen.
Hey, Brandon, this time last year you spoke about the objective of double-digit sacks for your double-digit year. Going into year 11 here, what personal objectives or benchmarks are you looking at?
Man, let me tell you, I feel the best I done felt in a long time. I'm not having no nagging injuries right now. Hopefully we keep it that way. And man, I feel like my goal of double-digit sacks is in the near future, and it's probably gonna come fast. That's what I feel. That's how I feel.
Go ahead, Daniel, and then Martin Frank.
Hey, BG, you've got your third defensive line coach in 3 years now. What's it been like developing the rapport with Matt Burke, and what was it like trying to do that virtually versus now being in the building?
What's cool? I love how Matt Burke definitely just want to come in and learn, and just to see how we feel on what's our goals, our personal goals, and our team goals as a D line, and we always telling stories about old school days, and he talked about his time in Tennessee and what he's seen from guys that were great, and he tried to just him and Wash both together, Jeremiah and him and Nate. We got a good group of coaches that's really that really care about us and really want to see us thrive. And so I just feel like this year Matt just want to learn from us and build the trust with us, and so far so good. I think that people respect him because he takes it serious and it means something to him, and he's been around the building the last couple of years anyway. So I got to know him even before he was our coach. So you just understand that he's somebody that's just want to come in and learn from us, and we learn from him and help each other. And that's what we've been doing right now, just helping each other, and not trying to make him look bad, and he's not trying to look bad himself. So he's trying to give us stuff to build that level of trust with each other.
Got time for a couple more, so we'll do Martin, Chris, and then Jeff.
Hey, Brandon. I was wondering what you can tell us about Derek Barnett. Obviously he's had, injury issues and stuff like that the previous couple of years. Do you see similarities between kind of what you went through early in your career, and do you talk to him about that?
Oh yeah, we talk about that all the time. You can only control what you can. Stay away from the social media because everybody gonna say what they gonna say. But when you making them plays, man, you can make them eat them words, and I feel like that's where he is right now. He's trying to make everybody eat those words and let them know that he's valuable, and he's gonna be a great addition to this year. Of having him back and having him healthy, and I'm just excited for him because he really does has that edge, and that guy, and he loves to run to the ball. He has a motor too, and man, I'm just excited for him because this is his first off season going into the season without having to deal with injuries. So watch out for DB.
Chris and then Jeff.
Hey, Brandon, how are you? My question to you: are you guys worried about the post-contact that we have with offensive linemen, ball carriers, with COVID-19? Is that a concern for you guys playing in the trenches like that?
You know what? When I made that decision, man, to come back and play, I knew what I was up against. I talked about that part of it. Us sweating on each other, fighting each other, and talking stuff in each other's face, everything. It is what it is, man. I am going to try to be as safe as I can. Might not be all up in people's face as much, but I do know that I'm trying to get to the ball. I'm trying to get the ball carrier on the ground. I got to go through the tackle to do it. So, if that happens, hopefully, you know, things just work out the way it's supposed to, and I hope that things start to calm down. But man, I can't tell what the future is going to hold and how we're going to react to it and deal with things. But I do know I did sign up for it, and I'm not really worried about it at this point.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Brandon, what's up? Thanks for doing this. Wanted to ask you, every teammate we've ever talked to about you has always said you find a way to keep things loose when there's tension, when there's pressure, when you guys get off to a slow start. With everything going on this year and the uncertainty with COVID and everything else, how are you finding a way to keep things loose, keep things fun, and also trying to social distance? How do you balance that?
You know what, man? Just having kids. Kids don't know nothing right now. I mean, they know what we tell them. And so I just try to make it fun on that standpoint. Like, man, you can't go through life, just worried about stuff you can't control. Yeah, COVID-19 snuck in here, and, we wasn't ready for a situation like this, but now we're learning from it, and we're trying to, figure out what's the best moves moving forward. But like I said, I'm not going to live in fear, and I got to be me. I don't know nothing else other than to be myself and to express how I feel. And, man, don't nobody want to walk around, with they hanging their head all day, especially, when you play in the NFL and, you're blessed to be here. And so, man, I'm always thinking about those little things. I could be gone, but I'm still here. I still can push forward, and I can still control what I can. And so just having that mindset, man, just trying to go against, what everybody kind of do. It's easy to just kind of quit and give up on things because it's not going the way you envisioned it. But if you fight for it and you push through, it makes situations that much better. And people always remember, how you were when things were bad. So I always want to let people know, it's how you think about things. And so I try to think on the positive as much as I can.
Thank you, Brandon. Thanks, guys. Hey, Miles, thanks for doing this. We'll get started right away with Zach Berman and then Mike Kay.
All right. Hey, Miles, it sounds like the coaching staff is counting on you to carry the load in the backfield this season. What do you expect your role to be, and how have you gone about preparing for it this offseason?
I just expect my role to be that guy to just help the team win as much as possible. Like they said, they've been telling y'all that I'm gonna have a bigger role. And that's a blessing for me, honestly. And I'm just excited to do whatever I can to help this team win, whether if it's on the ground or in the air.
Go ahead, Mike, and then Dave Zingaro.
Hey, Miles, Deuce has obviously had to step up with Doug out of the building. How has that affected your meeting room work, and how has that affected your overall team meetings in general?
Nothing really has been affected in a dramatic way. I mean, we just see Doug through the screen instead of in person, really. Nothing has really changed. Deuce is doing a good job stepping up and just keeping us going, keeping this amp up period going good too. So everybody's been looking good. The rookies look good, and vets. I'm not going to necessarily say I'm a vet, but the the guys that aren't rookies we're just amping up, really getting ready for that time to get the helmets on and competing.
Dave and then Martin Frank.
Hey, Miles, I heard Brandon Brooks said he was going to try to set you up with Arian Foster. Wondering if that happened, and what have you guys been talking about, if so?
No, I haven't got in touch with him yet. I've been trying to get in touch. He's a busy man, so he's busier than I thought. But I'm definitely trying to get that going and just pick his brain, really. That's all I want to do is just listen and learn from him.
Do you see similarities in your game?
Absolutely. He's really smooth. I can say he's one of the running backs that I kind of watched when he was in the league. He's great at that stretch play. And he's good catching the ball at the backfield too. So, but he's a real smooth runner. He reminds me a little bit of Le'Veon, like how Le'Veon is now. But yeah, I like his game, and I'm just looking forward to pick his brain.
Okay, Martin, and then Ruben Frank.
Hey, Miles. I was wondering, like, when Deuce said that, you're going to probably carry the load and everything, did that change the way you approach the offseason? Did that change the way you kind of got ready for this season?
I mean, you could say that, yeah. I mean, I approach the year every year like I'm the guy. But with it being solidified, yeah, just making sure I'm coming back stronger, faster, and smarter, really. Just so I could be able to do both, just run the ball effectively and strong, and just be effective in the passing game with speed and stuff, and be great with my hands.
But did you train differently because of that, or is it kind of what you usually would do?
Kind of what I usually would do. Nothing really different.
Okay, Ruben, and then Les.
What's up, Miles? Hey, when you got here, Darren Sproles was still here, Jordan Howard was here, and you were the young rookie. And now, it's kind of changed. Your role has changed in the building. You and Boston are kind of the veteran guys, I guess. He was on the practice squad when last year started. How does that kind of change the way you are as far as leadership, as far as just how you, the sense you have going into the season of being in a completely different role?
Yeah, just really just growing up faster. It's making us mature faster and growing up faster. Just knowing that, really we're the only two backs that played last year, and now we have younger guys in here, in the room. Plus Corey. Corey's been here, but he's been out for a couple years too. So, just us knowing that we're the guys now. We're the older guys. So just having to be more vocal. Just making sure we know what we're doing. Just set examples. And just being those role models for real. It feels good. We still got Sproles in the room helping us out, and we still got Deuce. So with those two guys, I think sky's the limit for this group.
Go ahead, Les, and then Rob Kessner.
Hey, Miles.
What's up?
You had a lot of time this offseason, I guess, to watch film of last year. Was there anything on there that you specifically felt, I need to get better at this particular task? And also, they had a lot of chances to bring in a big-name veteran back, and they didn't do it. Mm-hmm. How did that surprise you at all? Did it encourage you, or how did you feel about that?
Well, to answer your first question, just looking at my film, honestly, I just wanted to get stronger, upper body and lower body wise, just stronger altogether. I want to break more tackles. Just show a little bit more on the ground. Just watching film last year, I probably left about almost 200 or 300 yards left on the ground. So I could have had a 1,000-yard season. But it's just little stuff like that. And as far as bringing another running back in, I trust Howie in their process and bringing people in for what's best of the team. They announced that I'm the guy this year, but having any type of veteran running back in here would be a blessing too, just for me to pick their brain and help me out too. So I'm always up to learn stuff like that. So I didn't really care if anybody was coming in or not. But at the end of the day, I trust Howie and the staff.
Go ahead, Rob, and then Ed Kratz.
Hey, Miles. You were involved in the high school huddle program that the Eagles did this offseason. You had an opportunity virtually, like we are now, to talk to the kids at Boys Latin. I'm curious how that went from your end. I had a chance to talk to their coach about it, and he said it really meant a lot, specifically because, quite frankly, your age, you're not that much older than the guys you were talking to. Mm-hmm. How did they respond to it, and what was it like from where you sat?
It was fun, actually. I love doing stuff like that, especially for the kids. But I noticed that they weren't too younger than me. But I was really just telling them how my journey was and how I got here. People may think that it was all sweet throughout the whole way, but it wasn't. Going from 5-star to not playing for 2 years and then finally getting my chance, and now I'm here. So there's some losses that I took to get to where I'm at, but I was really just letting them know throughout everything, no matter what you go through, you just got to be tough up here mentally and that's where it all starts, and that's how you keep going. When you fail, you just gotta keep going and just think to yourself that to never give up.
Ed and then Bo.
Hey, Miles. You accomplished quite a bit as a rookie last year. Was there any disappointment that you weren't Rookie of the Year? And what of your accomplishments are you most proud of, would you say, personally?
I could say, I could say definitely wanted to win Rookie of the Year. Definitely thought I could have been in a conversation of Rookie of the Year. But that just puts a bigger chip on my shoulder. I don't really think about it too much no more. That's last year, so. But, I just play with a big chip on my shoulder, and that's what I use to just motivate myself and keep grinding.
And then as far as what you did accomplish, is there anything, that you're most proud of?
When you break records for guys like Deshaun Jackson and Shady, I think that's pretty big too also. So I absolutely proud of myself for doing that. That's a big accomplishment because those are two great players that'll be in the Hall of Fame sooner or later. So
we got time for a couple more. So we'll do Bo and then Chris Murray.
Hey, Miles. Carson and the coaches have sort of both talked about the need for you guys to get more explosive on offense this year. And you were really the only guy who brought that element last year. Having seen some of the new guys who are in the offensive meeting room, has anybody stood out to you early as helping to bring that dynamic?
I could say all the running backs that we got, all the younger running backs that we got, plus Boston and Corey. Corey looks great. He looks explosive. He looks like Super Bowl Corey to me. We still got Ertz. Ertz looks good. Dallas looks good. Perkins look good. The whole rookie receiver core, it looks great. They're catching on pretty fast. Jalen Reagor looks good. Hurts looks good. I think everybody looks good, honestly. We look more explosive and fast, and I'm excited.
Miles, this is Chris Murray. I was wondering, was there a point last season, was there a particular game where you felt like, hey, I got this, and I have a stronger grasp of everything that I've learned as, before I came into that room as a rookie?
I could say towards the end of the season, like probably after that Bills game, going on to the last 4 games, I think that's when I kind of started feeling more comfortable and just started really. I learned I had a good grasp of the playbook and the system and how everything was ran, and I was just able to go out there and play. And I think that's when everything started going smoothly.
Okay, thank you, Miles. Thanks, everybody.